most of you know, we don't have our new shop up yet down here in Florida. We are getting close, and that's very exciting for me. However, due to that, no dyno in the shop. We just have that little crappy garage, so no dyno. So what that means is I gotta go borrow a dyno, essentially. So we go and we rent time from a Jesus's Tire. Our buddy Ryan runs the dyno there. Great guy, helps us out. We've gone there several times. That's where we've dynoed all of our cars so far. So that's where we're going right now, is to go ahead and do that. So hopefully all goes well, and I'm pretty excited because we'll get a dyno run. So I'm literally headed to get a haircut first, cleaned up a little bit, so I'm looking good. And we'll get this haircut because I'm getting fluffy and it's hot. And then we'll get this dyno run, meeting him there at about 4 o'clock. We'll do 2 or 3 pulls, see how she does, and then turn her back over to the owner. And I can't wait to see his face when he hits boost for the first time, because it's fun. Very loud. It's got a weird exhaust note that I don't particularly care for. But hey, his car, his thing. Let's go dyno. Alright guys, all fresh and clean, looking good. So now I'm actually gonna head back to the bank because I found a trailer I think I want to buy. Nothing wrong with the trailer we've been using, except that it's a pain in the butt to get a car on because it's too tall and the angle on the ramps are too short and just kind of a pain in the butt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go buy it says it's 26 foot. I've never heard of a 26 foot, so I'm gonna measure it. I need at least a 28. It has toolboxes and stuff in it. It is just a bumper pull, but it's a car hauler and closed trailer. So that'll be really nice to actually get the race car in, and I'll be able to do it myself and not have to do this ghetto thing where I unhook the trailer, put some weird ramps on, and the trailer tilts up to let my car up. Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. So this will let me do it by myself pretty simply. So we're gonna go ahead and check it out this afternoon after we do the dyno and I drop off the car, but I gotta go grab some cash so that if it is what I want, I can buy it. And I'm thinking I probably will, so that's what we're gonna do. All right guys, so I'm letting the car cool off right now. We're just getting ready. Love that lightning. Bunch of cool stuff over here. I'm gonna show you a couple. So yeah, nice Beamer. And then my buddy Shane just traded this Hellcat for this dope S550. He doesn't have them right now, but he was the first person to run bronze front and rear of race stars. It's either Paxton or Pro Church, I don't remember which. But yeah, he's actually gonna be running 18x5 bronze race stars with the 17x10.5 in the rear. It'll look really good. But as far as I know, he's gonna be the first one to actually do it. I actually have a second set coming here, so we can get them powder coated to match, and then I'll have the code and everything to do. Because we're gonna have a lot of, maybe not a lot, but we're actually gonna do that and offer the different colors, and I'll offer them for like Chargers and Dodges and the Chevy wheels too, which nobody else offers. So we'll do that and it'll be pretty cool. Another 3Z, so yeah, we're just letting her cool down. Hopefully it comes out soon and we'll get her on the dyno and let her rip. There she sits, ready to dyno. She's got street wheels on the back. Those are actually mine. You guys a little closer look. So we are running a 76mm turbo on this. There's a couple things I don't like. Don't like the pump placement. I don't like the blow off and wastegate placements. He's not really a big fan of them. We got plenty of room, which looks good, but again, we got an O2 down there. It's the wrong place for it. Definitely needs some ported intakes, the bigger throttle body. Personally, I think I would do different exhaust, but we'll play with ours and see if we can make it sound halfway decent. This one, I just don't like how it sounds. It might sound decent at watt. Hopefully, we'll see. And hopefully we get a boost reading, because I'm hoping we can do boost reference on the dyno, and that'd be really, really sweet. So yeah, I'm not about the wing, but hey, it's a V6, why not? guys, so results are in. 342 horsepower, 300 foot-pounds of torque on very low boost, we think. Basically, this guy doesn't have a freaking boost gauge or anything like that, right? So we don't actually know how much boost it's making. We tried to do a little setup on it, and it wasn't reading right at the dyno or anything, so couldn't do anything there. But 350 horsepower out of this thing on, I'm sure it was just wastegate. I doubt I know it's wastegate, we don't have a boost controller, but I don't think he's making any more than like maybe 5 or 6 pounds of boost. Even though it's a really big turbo, as soon as it comes in, but then that's it. So I think it's all getting hit at once, and everything after that is just kind of blah, because you just stay at the same power level. With a big turbo like this, I'd really expect it to just keep pulling, and it just doesn't really. It's just kind of smooth. Ironically, it looks more like a supercharger, feels more like a supercharger car once the boost comes in, just because it's very linear and it's not just ramping up like you would expect from a big turbo like this. So a couple things for this car before it comes back. Basically, he has to come back, and either once he gets some more money to afford it, we'll fix the O2 sensor setup so it's not pointing at the ground, so that we're using both O2 sensors and they're done correctly. Not only that, it needs a boost gauge, and we definitely recommend a wideband just to be able to monitor everything correctly. Technically, yes, we can use the widebands that are in the system, but it's always good to have an extra one put in as a gauge. So boost for sure, boost controller so that we can get some more boost out of the thing and just call it good that way. That's the only way we're going to make over like the 400 mark probably in this car. Because as far as like AFRs go, we're right in line, everything looks good. You know, we're running good amount of timing with the octanium and everything in it, so it looks good and it runs decent. It just is not that much boost. So I know a lot of people are going, oh my god, I only made 340, 348, 350 horsepower. Yeah, but it's on very little boost, guys. So very low amount of boost, we can crank it up. That's still over 100 more than stock, at least how on this dyno. This dyno with our buddy Ryan at Jesus Tires is just, I'm gonna start calling it notoriously low, because everything we run on it runs low. It can't just be my luck, because everything I take to it is low. So it is what it is. Dyno numbers are dyno numbers. They don't really mean anything. It's just a tool. So when we turn it up more for more boost and we get that situated and then go back, then we'll actually know what she's doing. And when he finds out what it's doing in the quarter mile, it'll be better. So that's it for now. He'll keep the tires smoking, flashing lights behind him hopefully, and you'll pay that speedo. It's got the power.